to like that weird person on the corner that's always asking questions you don't want to answer. That's been happening a lot. Alright, thank you. 2? Alright, 2. Don't worry, I'm not here soon, guys. If this was rough, someone else will be better than me. I promise. I'll stop. I'll actually finish with a story. So, about 2 years ago, around this time, I got a tattoo to remember one of my friends who passed away. But we dated when we were in high school, and we joked that I beat the shit out of him, because, you know, domestic violence is hilarious. And we made up this story about how people would find out that I was beating the shit out of him. So we're in class together. I am in the back of the classroom eating an apple off of a knife wearing a leather jacket, because that's how badass I wasn't in high school. And Nick comes in, and he's hiding his face, doesn't want anyone to look at him. He's got a giant shiner, just a giant shiner. Everyone's like, Mick, are you okay? What's wrong? He's like, oh, it's nothing, it's nothing. Really? That looks pretty bad. Oh, I just fell down some stairs. And they go, it doesn't look like you could get that from falling down some stairs. And I hear this conversation happening, and it's not going to keep going. So I walk over there very purposefully. I slam the knife down on the desk. It slices the apple in half, and it rolls on the floor. And I say, he said he fell down some stairs. He fell down some fucking stairs. We're leaving. And I drag him out of the room. He's dead now, guys. And I remember him. I have a tattoo of an apple with a knife, and it says he fell down some stairs. So, like, if people see that tattoo and they hear a story, they get sad. I'm like, you're the one who asked. I'm sorry if my tattoos are an obituary. So. Thank you for smiling so much. It makes me so happy to see someone so happy here. Well, I'll leave you with my favorite joke that I don't know if people like it, but I still tell it. I consider myself a bit of an exhibitionist. I only eat bananas in public. Thank you so much. I'm Rochelle Cody. Have a nice evening.
One more time for Rochelle Cody. It's funny. Yeah, man. Montana. I know. I'm going to go to Montana one day. The black population of Denby 1. If I go to Montana. Oh my goodness. Oh my. You know, anybody got a dumb friend? Like, you don't want to admit it, but like he's just dumb. Like, you know, like I got a friend like that. And like one day, one day he told me he was going to take me out to lunch. And he was like, yo, I got this place, man. You can eat all day, man. It ain't gonna cost us a penny, man. I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, look, I'm gonna take you to this place. They got the sign, it's up. We ain't gonna pay a penny. All right, come with me. So we go. And I'm like, all right, I'm ready to eat. I can eat a little lunches for free. Shit, I work there. So we get in there. I wanted to smack the shit out of him. It said gluten-free. He's like, we can have all the fucking gluten we want, man. They give that shit away for free. We don't hang out no more. We don't hang out no more. And I guess he's gluten-free. Great. This next comedian come to the stage. Also a very funny young man. I've had a chance to work with him a couple times. It's always good to see him. You guys are gonna love him. Please put your hands together for James Barella!
Oh man.
Thanks, guys. How's it going? You guys doing all right? Hell yeah, high as fuck. Let's do that. Yeah. My name's James Barella, and I grew up in Oklahoma, which is kind of like the fatty upper pubic area of America. It's the fupa of America is what it is. It's America's fupa. And about 10 years ago, I moved to Portland, which is America's HR department. And it's pretty cool, man. But like Portland is basically like a tourist town now, right? It's a tourist town where the tourists just stay. They come and they just set up themselves. You know, they're walking around and they're like, oh, look, there's a cart that sells tortillas folded into origami with a Korean dipping sauce. And oh, look, there's a bike shop over there that greased their chains with seaweed grease. Oh, look at this quaint little house with all these knickknacks and vaulted ceilings. Oh, we live here now, by the way. You're going to have to move to Gresham. I think that's where it is. Yeah, they're coming, guys. They're coming. They're coming and pushing us out with their dead-eyed tech job eyes and their Nazi haircuts. What is this? Why am I the only one that's noticed all the hipsters are getting Nazi haircuts now? Yeah. Looking like they should be in a band called Der Arcade Führer, you know? And if it's not Nazi haircuts, it's the man buns. Oh yeah, the man bun guys. And you know what else? Tiny little fedoras to go on top of the man buns. Have you seen this? It's happening right under our nose. They're putting tiny little fedoras on the man buns. I cannot tell you how much that this fills me with a whole new respect for the man bun guys. Yeah. I didn't know you had to clothe and feed those little things. They're nurturers, they're caring, they're bringing, they're hatching new douche bagels into the earth for all of our enjoyment. Yeah, I don't know. Oh man, I don't know. Okay, like, dress how you want. I mean, I'm not the most fashionable guy. But, I mean, I enjoy not looking muggable. That's pretty cool. Does anybody here, like, is there any girl here that's ever been mugged with their boyfriend? Anyone? Yeah, I didn't think so. There's no girl in here chugging Gatorade, just praying for the moisture to return to her vagina someday. Just like that would happen. I don't know. Dress how you want. Unless you're a dad. Like, if you're a dad, it's time to stop. Stop with the fashion. All right, you're a dad now. Drop the hat, Dad. I don't know. I saw a store the other day for hipster dads. It was called Seahorses. Yeah, a store for hipster dads called, I guess Skype Dads was taken. Skype Dads for the dad that wants to look like a Doctor Who pedophile. I don't know. But no, seahorses. I guess the reference is like in the animal kingdom, like the male seahorse like takes the eggs into his body and carries them to term, and then like hatches out like hundreds of little baby seahorses after that. The most dedicated father in the animal kingdom. Which I don't get the reference. I mean, these guys are going into seahorses and like spending all their child savings just so they can like accessorize them to their belt. Yeah. I don't know. What would they sell in a store like that? Like a pacifier that vapes baby formula or something like that. Like diaper rash ointment / mustache wax. Little for you, a little for me. Here we go, kid. Or some kind of book like Baby's First Smug Giggle. How to nurture an annoying affectation in your child's voice instead of a personality. It's kind of negative, right, guys? I don't really like hipsters that much. Okay, here we go. I've got a weed story. This is a crazy weed story. First of all, I've done a lot of drugs. I've done a wide range of drugs. Like I've done all the psychedelics, and I've done the speed and the cocaine and stuff like that. But my worst drug experience, hands down, was this time I ate a marijuana brownie. Out of all of them, I had a buddy who was a maintenance man at some apartments, and like when somebody moved out, it was his job to clean it up, and he was like, "Hey man, I gotta paint this apartment today. If you come help me out, I got 2 weed brownies. We'll have one each." And I was like, "All right, that's cool." And like this weed brownie was like chaw, you know what I mean? It just had to like, it was just like stems sticking out of it and stuff. It was just, yeah, it was like a solid object. And so we eat them, and we're sitting there painting the apartment, and he's like, oh man, I'm getting high. And he was like a lot skinnier than me, so I'm like, what? Man, how you feeling? Shit, man, I don't know what you're talking about. And we're painting the apartment, and then I start to get high, and I'm like, oh man, I'm starting to get high. And he's like, I'm the highest I've ever been in my whole fucking life. I'm like, oh, all right. So we're like painting the apartment, and I'm like, dude, I think I'm too high to paint. And he was like, we have to leave now. So we just abandoned the paint job, and we went and got in his car, and he's driving us back. We lived in like the same duplex, and we're driving, and we're just like, he's just like, I can't believe I'm driving. I can't believe I'm driving. I can't believe I'm driving. And we get out of the car, and like, we exit the car, and we just go to our separate little houses in that same duplex, didn't say a word to each other, and just go in there. And we just went on this just horrible, the nastiest spiral down self-hate trip. Like, I checked in with him the next morning. I was like, dude, did you just go through a self-hate trip? He's like, yeah, I did. That was some evil fucking weed, man. So that's my worst drug experience. I fucked around with heroin for a while. The worst thing that happened to me on heroin is I laid down in the hallway at the Fugazi show and didn't watch the Fugazi show. That's the worst thing that ever happened to me on heroin. I forgot about it. I found the stub 6 months later. I was like, Fugazi, when did I go to Fugazi? Oh, that time I went and took a nap in the lobby of the Fugazi show. That's good. Man. So Bill Clinton's got to have a great big dick, doesn't he? He has to. Like, you can't crisscross America just slogging a path through a swampland of blue state pussy with a little winky, because word will get out and you'll lose super delegates. You know what I mean? And that makes me think about Hillary and her poor sniz. Just being savaged by that hillbilly night after night with his thick, crackly, scaly flesh member just vetoing her over and over again. Poor Hillary. But that makes me think that if Hillary would become our next president, that means she would be the biggest pussy in the White House since Jimmy Carter. Poor Hillary. So, I'm Mexican. The other beige meat. Basically, that means I have a lot of trouble throwing away fast food napkins. It's really all that boils down to. A lot of people think that I'm Italian, and I kind of get that. You know, like in high school, I used to pretend to be Italian just to stand out. There were a lot of Mexicans in my high school, so I mean, you know, if your skin is like this greenish, beige, brown color, like, why not try on another race, you know? See how the other half lives. Just try it out for a while, you know? I get asked stuff like that, like, you know, sometimes I'll go into a shop and somebody asks you something like, so, what are you? Are you Croatian? And I'll be like, all right, yeah. And they're like, get out of my store right now! It's like, damn, I gotta find another place to get my euros from. Shit. But, yeah, Mexican. Oh, by the way, like, avocados and guacamole and all that stuff, that's officially crossed over into white people food. I don't know if you guys know that. Yeah, like guacamole, that used to be something that was only served at like weddings in Mexico, like it was a special occasion. Now they're putting it on Carl's Jr. burgers. I think you guys just took that from us. Every time I see guacamole on a burger, you might as well just be smearing like Mexican wedding cake on your burger. That's what it feels like to me. First you came for our avocados, then you came and took our food trucks. What's next? You're gonna see some hipster like pulling one of those rolling coolers down the street selling carrot kombucha out of it or something like that? I don't know. Yeah. But yeah, there's I don't know. There's definitely. I'm sorry, man, but there are some things that bother me about Portland. You know, like there are some no driving motherfuckers in this city for sure. No driving motherfuckers. Like I don't understand what's going on in these people's heads when like they're driving through a neighborhood. They're going this way, and they realize they got to go the other direction. And they don't like go to the end of the block and turn around. They're like, no, I'm halfway down the block. This is the perfect place to hang a Louie. I got 11 and a half feet between these 2 rows of parked cars. I'm just gonna turn right here, and I'm gonna go forward, reverse, forward, reverse, forward, reverse for 17 minutes. Like I'm trying to draw some kind of 67-pointed pentagram to ward off my anxiety demons. Meanwhile, I'm sitting there and just gnawing on my steering wheel, just going, please, just go, I need to get through here. And, you know, it's like, okay, here's something that happened to me the other day in Portland traffic. Like it was heavy traffic, we were all blocked up, and this guy was trying to get into the lane in front of me, and he's halfway into the lane in front of me. He's halfway pulled into my lane, and I'm just waiting for him to get in there, and he won't go. And then I see him, his friend rolls down the back window, and he sticks out both of his arms, and he does this. And I'm like, what's going on? Are you trying to like hypnotize me or induce meditation? I don't know what you're doing, dude. What are you doing? And he goes, I'm like, really? You're trying to rock, paper, and scissors me for the lane? Is that what you're doing here? Seriously, Portland? You're a man in a car. You're not a hobbit on a unicorn. Just hit the gas and go. Be a man. Just hit the gas, get in the lane, and go. I don't like it. But here's the worst infraction that I've seen in this city, by far, the worst, is I pulled up to an intersection, and this lady stopped at her green light and tried to wave me through my red light. Yeah.